Hello everyone, I'm Extra Cheesy 87 and this is Let's Play a Trails of Cold Steel 4 part 93. In the previous video we finished our Luna Sanctuary trial. We faced off against Roselia in her Holy Beast form, and then we got to see a lot of visions that explained maybe not everything, maybe not the full truth as Crow said, but a decent amount of the truth of what the hell's going on, that Dragles got reincarnated into Osborne for some reason or another, and then Osborne got mind controlled by the Ebon Knight, and the Ebon Knight's like the big bad, but we don't really know why only the Ebon Knight's evil, and or you know, or why realistically the Ebon Knight's so much stronger than all the others. I mean, like, the only thing I can really think of is that it has more Great One in it. I don't know, maybe they like skimped and didn't make an 8th Divine Knight like they should, so one of them had to have more than the others. I don't know. Because it does seem like they should all have like an equal amount of power, right? Like if you're, spreading it evenly, like I see no reason why you wouldn't spread the power out evenly between the vessels, but I mean, you can definitely come up with an explanation for it, but they have not yet addressed it. The Chancellor, Emperor Dracos reborn. The whims of fate are inscrutable as ever. Even so, the big picture is starting to come together at last. Including the reason why Father would entrust so much authority to him. Because he's a dummy? We already knew that. Bro, I don't give a shit if he's the reincarnated version of some cool emperor from the last couple centuries. Like, he's not infallible. If he's like, yeah, I got a plan, it's gonna get everyone fucking killed, you'd be like, nah, dude. I don't think that's a good idea. Indeed. Sounds like Elisa's father and George have quite a bit of baggage too. Yeah. The Black Workshop and the Ebon Knight. Like, and even if it's like a situation where you're like, oh, because it's Dracos, he's like the rightful ruler. Which doesn't really make sense to me, but like I could almost kind of see them going for that explanation. That he's like, oh, I should defer to Dracos because he's like the legendary god emperor. Nah, fuck that. His time's passed. Like, I don't know. You're the emperor now. Do your freaking job. That or completely abdicate in the Imperial Dynasty. Don't be a coward. The Black Workshop and the Ebon Knight. It was even more dreadful than anything we could have expected. The Chancellor's true intentions aside, yeah, no, the most important thing aside, we finally got a glimpse into the case of the Empire's woes. You're right, this is a real bombshell. Yeah, a real bombshell like that time I one-shot Campanella. Hey guys, remember that time I one-shot Campanella? Everyone? Are you ignoring me? But the rivalry of the Seven might just be our avenue to fight back against the curse. Right, thanks to Roselia and everyone, I've steeled my resolve to go through with the remaining rivalries. We have to keep moving forward, for Millium and for Valimar. Absolutely, we're with you. We'll fight with you until everything we have until the very end. Honestly, Altina, you're kinda low-key banned. Right, it's Class 7. Seems all this has really helped you move forward in more ways than one. And if the Lionheart Emperor is to make an appearance in this story, then I can't very well let myself be outdone by him, now can I? I mean, Dracos was just like a dude. Like, real talk. I never even really thought about this, but like, shouldn't all the legendary warriors get their ass kicked because they don't know how to use magic? Like, they don't know how to fucking work an orbit. They don't know what Sapith is. They don't know how to create a good orbit setup. They probably got one of those default trash game ones where they got like a move 1 at the end of the game. Bro, we could take Dracos. He get his ass beat. That's right, I'm glad we were finally able to find a role for ourselves in all this. I mean, he's like the epitome of a boomer. He doesn't understand how technology works. He doesn't know what stats are important to spec into. He doesn't know what a good Master Court setup is. Like, oh, I just equipped Emblem because, or Kate's and Deva because they're black like my hair. This is really good. This is really, really good. I mean, those aren't really bad Master Courts. I couldn't really think of like some bad ones on the top of my head that had a reason for it. Are you sure you don't mind providing Tele with support, I mean? Oh, don't you worry about a thing. I've been studying the terminal controls little by little. Yeah, we've read the manual inside and out. I'm sure we'll be able to provide some assistance when you need it. It really is amazing how you two got used to everything in no time at all. Elise, Your Highness, I'll be counting you from now on, okay? You got it. Sheesh, you really can't underestimate these two. Everyone from the brand camp is going all out, so we better keep up tempo with them. Now it's about time we put together our itinerary. I think our next objective should be pretty clear, no? Right, Grandmother showed me the situation before we left. It looks like 2 Divine Knights and their Awakeners are taking up position at separate shrines. The Palatinate Knight is at the Draco Shrine in Sutherland, while the Argent Knight is at the Stellar Shrine in Crossbell. They're probably making preparations for the rivalries, given that the war's about to start, so it's visit the shrines in CS2. At least it's more hype this time. It's not just, hey, get a magic rock. It's like, hey, fight some people. Definitely cool. Also, you said the Palatinate and Argent? Okay, so we might be able to fight Arnott a little earlier. There is kind of, like, a feeling, though, of, like, this rivalry stuff. Isn't it, like, as soon as Reen wins one fight, shouldn't he be, like, technically stronger than frickin' everyone? Like, I mean, realistically, only Aryan Road, I think, would make any sense to be a challenge to Reen. Like, once he's, you know, drinking someone's spirit milkshake, and he has Crow helping him. I guess somebody can accuse the Maiden or the Jaeger King of having poor work ethic. We're all ready to go right now. We've already spent half the day at the Luna Shrine. I say we pick one spot and give it our undivided attention. Agreed. In addition to the shrines, I'd also like to check on the surrounding area. Yeah. What place are we gonna hit up first? My lord is in Crossbow, so naturally my interests lie there. No, we can't fight her first. So that'd just be anti-hype. In the distance, it might be best to start with the boss at the Draco Shrine and work our way east. Yeah, non-biased opinion here. Good point. It was off old Agria Road, east of Parm, right? Once we're ready, let's head over there and start a reconnaissance. Dooley just mauling in the back. Sounds like a plan. By the way, several requests came through not too long ago. You could spare some time to take care of those. I and the requesters would greatly appreciate it. Understood. In that case, I suppose it's time we mobilized once again. That's Class 7 and the Radiant Wings both. Well, we'll definitely use Fee and Sarah. I've been meaning to use them for a while. This is a good excuse. The courageous too. The range of places we can explore is going to expand quite a lot. Before taking on the rivalries themselves, we need to do what we can to help people in each area. Oh, Reen, one last thing. I just spoke with Yuna and Kurt. The next time you go down to the service, will you please take me with you? Can you fight? Well, no, they won't let me. You want to come along? There's a ship operation overseas, and wait, I get it. At least the others going to help out, so we'll have some leeway to work with there. After all, there's some cases where connecting everyone is going to be a lot easier from the service. I'll be away from actual combat, but you have a gun. But I think I'll help you out with my orders, so what do you say? I mean, your order's like... I mean, it's like good, definitely, but I'm almost like... I don't know, I feel like 30, like 50 is almost a little overkill for like most situations. Like, I don't know if it really justifies its higher cost. Because it gives you... Does it heal you as well? I can't really remember. I mean, it is really good. Understood. We weren't planning to do any more than scout the Draco Shrine today anyway. Just don't overdo it, Toa, okay? Right, I won't. Even if it's just for a little while, I won't let you down. Oh, and I sent our latest batch of requests to the terminal. Make sure to give it a look when you have a moment. You bet. Thanks. Man, look at that. Look at so many freaking members, man. Alright. So, in theory, if we were to fight, like, the setup we'd want to use going into fighting Rutger, I mean, obviously, okay, maybe not Crow, but... Crow, go away. You had your time. Who haven't we used in a while? And also, if we're exploring the area around Parm, probably. Who haven't we used in a bit? I mean, Eustace, you never really got your chance back there. Trying to remember. I mean, Elisa, you got some time to shine back there. Angelica, I will never use you, even if you are actually good. Since I just was never reading your S-Craft description and the fact that it's broken. Randy, I mean, we could put him in the backline. We only have 2 slots for our support. I mean, we're not going to bring Who are we going to use for the next chapter as well? And we'll definitely use Laura for the next section if we're fighting Aryan Road, so she can wait. Other people who we'd bring for Aryan Road. I mean, Dooley, of course. Randy, he's got to beat her ass again. Let's say Kurt and Elliot. When was the last time we used you? I think it's been a minute. Bring the Elster. Situation in each location has completely changed. You can now visit the City of Ordis and its surrounding road. Oh boy. Toa will be accompanying your party. She won't directly participate in combat, but she'll provide support for your party with her powerful order, cowards. About Celine's order. When Emma's in your party, Celine's Brave Order Midnight Onyx will be available. That's kind of cool. Midnight Onyx is pretty good. It's a new request. Move out. A Herculean task. I managed to get a read on location of the Hercules 5th Squad who escaped before. That reminds me, who do you think names the task requests? Do you think like Oliver or someone gives them names as they come in? Or do you think this lady was like, yeah, a Herculean task, that'll get their attention? Radio stars are born, Director Monk. Larger-than-life monsters and started on the banks of Lake Gala. I assume you fight Galley as part of the main quest? Or, well, I guess not a main, so maybe it's not a completely optional cryptid? Because none of the other cryptids have had quests to do them before. Alright, we're back. You know what the game did. What were we doing? Oh, we haven't read this stuff yet. I had to load an autosave because I hadn't hard saved in time. Yeah, we did. I think we just read this, and then I was like saying something, and then rah, something smells good in here. You bring the prince something to eat? I sure did. Much to my delight, Sandy told me that she would try to recreate the very risotto my mother used to make. Well, I know it's improper etiquette. I asked her to bring it to me so I could eat it here. And it is here where I was thrown for a loop upon my discovery that nostalgic dish's a formal name, Linheim Risotto. Linheim Risotto? Your mother created the dish so legendary it was actually named after her? Reen, you've eaten it. This is amazing. It really is just like Mother used to make. Sandy, I don't know how to thank you. I never thought I would taste this dish again. I'm truly blessed to have such a considerate cousin. Oh, that's nice. Wait, what'd you say? Second cousin, technically, on his mother's side. Come on, Reen. There's like 12 people in Ulster. You didn't think we were all related? We only just recently found out ourselves. And after all this time, it did come as quite a shock. I'll bet, though I guess I always had to kind of assume you must have had some fringe relatives in Ulster. I just never expected one of them would be Sandy. Well, we weren't trying to hide it from you or anything, it just never came up till now. To return to the matter at hand, I really have to do something to show my gratitude. What would you say to a private concert at the Sunny Spot Inn? That sounds great, it's just what the town needs to keep their spirits up. You two really do make for great cousins. Oh yeah, we got, you know... I guess I never really thought about that. Like, are we still keeping Oliver being alive a secret? Like, I mean, it kind of seems like maybe we should still? I don't know. I don't exactly... I mean, it seems like that could be something to your benefit, to hold in the back line that Oliver isn't really dead. I mean, I don't know if it really announcing that would do anything, because, you know, the curse, but... Hey, Lenore, you're heading up the flight crew today, huh? Yeah, it's a real honor. They made me assistant pilot and everything. It's a little different from getting around on the sea, but a ship's a ship. This is pretty fun. Well, that's good. Whether it's ships, bikes, or soldats, you've got a real affinity for machines. You remind me of Angelica that way. Don't disparage Lenora. Thanks. I'll take that as a compliment. It's not. I mean, Lenora, you're actually perfectly fine. Like, if Angelica, like, you could replace Angelica with Lenora and the game would be better. Just like copy paste, put 2 Lenoras in the game, and just nobody talks about it. Are you sure you want to do that? What the? Where'd that move come from? Okay, maybe if I send this guy here. Hey, Sydney, Maki has teaching you how to play chess? Something like that. Like I'm teaching him how to get his ass beat. I've been posing him a number of chess problems to help him get a grip on the finer points of the game. Did you know that, Reen, did you know that the horsey moves like an L? Chess problems, huh? Like trying to reach checkmate in a set number of turns with some prearranged pieces? Looks like you're really into it, Sydney. Figured out to show everyone I'm more than just a pretty face. Charging all in gung-ho like I always do is gonna cause problems in the line. I just can't let that happen. Learning chess is my way of training myself to think things through a little more carefully. Not many people are as honest about their faults as you. Yeah, you're more mature than I realized. Plus, chicks dig smart guys. Times are changing. Gotta change with them or I'll be left behind. Okay, now it all makes sense. You'd are better off keeping that side of things quiet. Popularity aside, it's a desire to change that we should respect. It's a good break for me too. I'll work with him until he's satisfied. Sorry for the trouble, Machias. I really need to work on sharpening my on-the-spot thinking and decision-making skills. If I pull that off, I'll be able to reel in just about any girl. I mean, I'll grow tremendously as an individual. I'm glad that you're striving for self-improvement, but I think we need to have a talk about your ever-present ulterior motives. Did we actually have a quest from you? I don't remember what our quests were. I wonder if those two are really going to be okay. Something the matter, Valerie? Or are you just a different, a separate quest that wasn't on the board? Oh, and Shitterine. Actually, we've recently had some noise slipping into our communications with the mayor. Louise and Tatiana have gone out there to pinpoint what's causing it. Noise, huh? How bad are we talking? It's essentially just a small amount of static. Nothing that would delay our operations or anything like that. Still, I think it'd be a bad idea to just let it be. That's why I'm working with Louise and Tatiana to take care of it. Big cryptid. Our analysis revealed the general area of 2 points where the noise seems to be originating from. I see, so that's how the girls have gone down to investigate. It seems like the source can be specifically determined with this special Arcus 2 detection app. Ah, so you're using the Arcus 2 to search for transmission noise. We did cover something like that in the Heimdall field exercises, now that I think about it. Don't talk to me about that. Seems like you three are making pretty good use of it. It's all because those field exercises covered such a wide range of topics. In any case, Luis and Tatiana are there purely for investigative purposes, so I doubt we'll have any problems, but It's completely natural to be worried. Sure, they have professional training, but support roles are what they're used to. Did I go down with the comms team and prep backup? I want to help in any way I can. Yeah. Okay, well, we do have some leeway right now. I'm gonna help us out as much as I can. Katarine, thank you so much. So, where are they headed? Luis is at Aros Coastal Road and Tatiana's at Milsante By Road. I believe they're still there in the middle of their search for the noise's source. I'll send word myself, but if you find a moment to go meet with them, it'd be great help. Sounds good. Clearing the airways. I believe that Luis is investigating the Coastal Road and Tatiana is on Milsante By Road. KK. You guys say anything? There's so many things to look forward to once the war is over. But just holding a solo concert at Ulster. I'll make it happen, just you watch. I'm just glad His Highness is happy. He even promised a performance. Nothing could be better. Oh, we got eight bonding points? Oh my god. Who all's getting the bond on? Once again, the black screen, it scares me. Sarah, Muse, Gaius, Pog, Toa. Toa, your last one was... I mean, it was mid. It wasn't bad. Wasn't really great. Laura, yours had some high highs, had a couple low lows. Kurt, yours was fine. Mister, I'm not going to use my special sword until I get a second sword. Coward. And Celine's was kind of mid. Like, not good, not bad. And Alphin's was pretty good. I mean, that's a decent selection, I suppose. Wait, was Elise there? Okay, there's no Elise, so we're good on that front. Oh, Elise, you two having some kind of meeting? Yeah, I was just giving her some tips about the latest OS, the one that was also used in the Merkaba. I wanted to be able to operate the terminal more efficiently, so I was asking her for advice on how to best let the developer use the developer mode, which let me create custom environments. Read to understand. Great seeing you two so fired up. Let's try to overwork yourselves. I'm still feeling fine. How about you, Elisa? Do you need a break? We may have had that trial this morning, but I'm doing good. Don't worry about me. For once, I can't shit talk you about not doing anything, Elisa. You actually helped. Besides, I'm not the one who's a little emotionally fraught right now. All this did was help me gather my resolve. I think I'd go crazy if I had to stay cooped up in my room the whole time anyway. Alright, so long as you're sure. Thank you so much for everything, Elisa. I'm really surprised at how fast Elisa and Princess Alphen took to the terminal. And Toa, well, she goes without saying, I don't think we could hope for better support. You know what would help support us a lot if Toa got to use her gun. Lisa's a really good teacher. She's helped me out a lot. I want to do everything I can to meet your expectations. Doubt. Okay, Sarah, we don't need to talk to you.
A good break.
Nope, don't even talk to me. No one is putting on the bath towel. Maybe Ash if you mouse off again. He hasn't quite won himself out of the butler uniform. He's not quite there. Maybe when we fight Arianrod we'll bring him. And he can, you know, work his way out there. Hey Elliot, Crow, shooting some pool? I don't expect any of you hard-working types. I figured it's important to just kick back every now and then. Yeah, I could use some time off to center myself for the performance. No arguments here. So who's winning? Crow, the lazy king of kicking back? Hey, you're not wrong, but you have to put it like that? Seriously though, have you played against Elliot lately? You won't believe how much he's improved. What can I say? When you travel around as much as I do, you get people inviting you to play all kinds of games. Played an awful lot of pool, so I don't plan on letting Crow win that easily. You've really come out of your shell the last couple of years. Can't wait to see you turn the tables on Crow. I'm on it. Guys, I'm right here. Unfortunately, Elliot Crow is broken. I've gotten pretty good at pool and darts. Even if Crow's out of practice, I don't intend to let him beat me that easily. Seriously, Elliot's pretty damn good despite that cute face of his. Whatever though, if that's how things are, I'll have to stop holding back. Well, have you two thought about picking up the pool cues first? That's usually my first step when playing pool, is, you know, playing pool.
Hey, what can I get you today? Come on, give it a try.
Well, hey, Instructor Reen, bet you're feeling pretty duckered out after that trial, huh? I can fix you right up quick with some of Margarita's Vapor Juice. You sips and it'll zap the life right back into you, baby. It sounds very, potent. Real drain, we can fix you up real quick. It's alive.
You got good taste.
It's alive.
Come again. Hey, what can I get you today?
Have anything fishy to trade in? No?
Come again.
Doobly. Is it time to palm? Oh, you just want me to train? Lame. I want to see what's going on, that's all. You said that you could lend us the Sleipnir this morning, right, Doobly? Yes, I already have all the settings all programmed. Sleipnir F2, Type 1, and Type 2. Physical attacks are not effective against Type 1. Base your approach around those capable of using magic. Conversely, since magic attacks will not be effective for Type 2, an approach based around physical attacks should be taken. Got it. Looks like it'll make for some good training. When you want to put your skills to the test, let me know. Okay, the problem is we're not set up. So check it up if you're up for the challenge. Are you guys set up at all? I mean, you're set up, but like not optimally. This is not like a good setup. Okay, I mean, you're not like Baron except for Fee. How do I want to? I mean, we probably still just want to do like Serious on you. Like maybe Valhalla Serious for the evasion. Then again, Gungar. Maybe just Valhalla Gungar. I would like to get Serious to level 8 though. I mean, it's probably something insight related, I would guess, is what you get. I mean, what is it? I wonder what, the problem is you can't check what Emblem's versatility is without actually having it equipped. Since it's like not a natural spell, it doesn't show up in the list, I believe, right? Oh no, it's there. Maybe it was something else that didn't. I remember at one point trying to look at the arts list and it didn't show up. Maybe I was looking at the wrong thing. That's interesting. It's not worth equipping Emblem. And then that's, I mean, that's really good. That's like really, really, really good. At least it has a massive EP cost. But I mean, it's still like kind of ridiculous. I mean, it's what does Adamantine Shield cost? I mean, it's the same, essentially the same cost as Adamantine Shield with a 4-turn strength buff. And Valhalla is just like a good Master Quartz on top. Trying to think. I think we'll roll this. The only real issue, like we'll probably have, like maybe we put Sarah as a evasive character with Sirius, and Fee can just be like standard gun gear stuff. Reen, I mean, just like Brigand Keeper, just like be tanky and S-Craft over and over again is not bad. And then Minotaurus Elliot. The world's just not fucking ready for that shit. Yeah, probably won't have that. I don't know why that's on you, but I don't really feel like doing orbit setup right now, so we're gonna avoid any and all combat if possible. Boss is going to drink our shrine. I don't think our showdown will be today. We need to make sure we're ready as we can be. Yeah, let's see where the Courageous 2 takes us first. We need to get some training in. I agree. If you need my help, just let me know. I was in the mood for stretching my legs anyway. Thanks, I'll let you know. Ah, so you're the daughter of the Schleiden family. In that case, you must have met my darling Vincent before. Vincent Flora? Yes, I've seen him a couple times when he came to visit my father for training. Wait, Margarita, are you and Vincent betrothed? Oh, you can tell? The engagement's not official yet, but really, we're so in love that it's a mere formality. You're a sharp one, Jessica. Right. Margarita's version of reality seems to be a little different than ours, so I don't blame Jessica for being confused. Margarita's quite the character, isn't she? Maybe I should try and emulate her assertive approach. Who are you? To who? Who's got your eye, Jessica? Jessica has a keen eye to discern the truth of my relationship with Vincent. Perhaps our love is so strong it simply radiates around us. Just that face. That's so good. Reen's face when he learns that his harem can't have another member. Hey, Instructor Reen. Would you like to try some of Yuna's homemade hot cinnamon milk? What? I mean, yeah, that sounds kind of good, but sounds tempting, but I'll pass. While I'm here, I'd like to compliment you on the great job you did at the Luna Shrine. Neither of them did anything. It was a real challenge to keep up with the older members of your team. And we learned so much new information, I still don't know how to feel. Though I am glad I got to hear Milliam's voice again. That's sisterly love for you. What I said, that was a figure of speech. Milliam is Milliam, it's as simple as that. Sure, of course, sorry to pry, Allie. Been full on work since morning. Everyone's hard at work though, it's not just me. If I'm gonna recharge for the afternoon, I'll switch things up by doing some cooking. Don't overwork yourself, Yuna. Keep it within reason. Yuna's homemade hot cinnamon milk. I've had some before, so it would always help me calm down. It's certainly a curious drink. I mean, I don't think I've ever had milk with cinnamon in it. I mean, it would probably be fine. And good stuff. I thought you guys were reading in here, but it looks like I was wrong. I don't really like hot milk though. I mean, I mean, I've had it, but I prefer cold milk. I don't really drink milk that often though anymore. I used to drink it a lot when I was a kid, but I don't really drink it much at all anymore. I'm trying to, but Ash here clearly has other ideas. What? Titty rags have got articles. Oh, it's supposed to be mags? I've got articles and stuff too. Still counts as reading. I'm not sure. I don't know if I've ever seen them referred to as titty rags. Weird question, Ash, but what kind of women do you like? Do you have a type? He's already said us, man. He's already said the words of power. And I see the same thing, but I thought I'd get a straight answer out of you. Like a girl that keeps things tight. Helps if she's flexible too, if you know what I mean. Ash, you got big virgin energy. That makes sense. Tatiana's good at keeping a tight schedule, but she's also adaptable, even if you might not see it under her nerves. Not like that, you chump! Trying to piss me off, you really stupid. I sure don't know what you mean. It's kind of refreshing to see Ash on the receiving end of a joke for a change. Even Gustav thinks he can take a shot at me. Mr. Pablo or Sydney, I'd take him out, but... You know, Ash has really mellowed out since he joined your class. I'm happy to see my ex-roomie's a little less prickly these days. It's the Mona, it's sapping his edge, maybe? I mean, I still like Ash, but he is getting into Machia's territory where I'm gonna maybe be dunking on him more. Hi, it's that novel you're looking for, Emma. It is, thank you so much. Ordered a book through Becky, huh? That's right. Talking with Dorothy reminded me of just how fun it is to dive into a new story. Hey, sure things do change, Irene. Remember back at the academy when Emma was a shy wee bookworm? Now look at her now, those eyes, those legs, those curves. It must be beating off guys with a stick. You sure you can control yourself around a babe like this, Irene? Yeah, it's not that hard. I don't know if I put it that way exactly. Still, anyone with eyes can see how beautiful she is. Irene, you don't have to... I know you said I, Emma. With great sexiness comes responsibility. I mean, think about it. Lots of hot-blooded young lads on the ship. Best be sure you don't give anyone the wrong idea. A wee bit of attention can go right to their heads. She does have a point, Emma. Be careful not to break too many hearts. Oh, dear. There's way too many sexy girls in this ship. If I teamed up with Rex, I could throw together some kind of sexy mag and make a killing at Becky.
Give us a shout and I'll get you what you need.
Anything we want to buy here? Yeah, we can buy like a couple EP charges.
Hope to see you again.
Now we have deceptively more money than it looks like, because we do have all the spirit droplets. I don't know. I don't like being rich, man. In video games, at least. I miss the struggle. You're watching the store today? Huh? Get anything new in recently? At what point did I stop questioning the canine shopping keeping business exactly? Arf? Nothing, sorry. Thanks for everything you do for us, Serby. Arf? Fresh grape juice and pancakes. Grape juice. That's an Ulster. Pancakes. Where do we buy pancakes? I don't know. Okay, well, I was gonna say there's no reason not to make this. The 28U material cost. Yeah, that's a pretty good reason. A sacred mirror. I mean, that's just kind of bad. I mean, it's much better than Moonlands, but it's still not good enough to actually, like, equip. The Argem Gem is very good. Albion and Wolf. I mean, Fenrir's probably, yeah, it's definitely better. It is harder to make, of course. 25 crit rate? What the fuck? It's not even that hard to make. Like, we could make one of those if we wanted to. Yeah, I mean, those are... Okay, so Skanda's a bit worse than it used to be. Well, I guess all the speed stuff got, like, slight nerfs compared to how they were in CS3. I mean, it's still good, but I don't know if it's really worth the investment, since it's only 3 extra speed. I mean, the spells are okay, but I feel like I would just give this to Reen, who pretty much always has Gungar anyway for using him for offense, and we don't really ever use Chrono Drive or Chrono anything, because it's better to just have a belt on him, I feel. I mean, that's great. That's also not that hard to make. I mean, that's really good too. If we could give that, we could probably, you know, give that on top of... I don't know if that stacks on top of Bluster. Probably. Maybe? I don't know. A 6-turn speed debuff seems absolutely... potentially great. I guess it depends on the fight, right? If it's like, you know, Aurelia where she just deep purges it anyway, it doesn't really matter, but That's probably worth making. Like, that's definitely worth making. The problem is you have to, like, remember. I guess it's probably better to just, like, worry about that stuff when we get to a big healing machine, so you can just do it all at one place, rather than, like, teleport between the orbits and then, like, oh, wait, I need this quartz, so I gotta go back and check, and then all the extra micro. And plus, it's not super needed right now. But we do have some stuff to work towards, upgrade-wise. Granted, we still don't even have all the slots unlocked on everyone. Oh god. Perfect timing, help me out here. I'm trying to convince Dorothy to take a break from pairing up with guys and write about girls for a change. I told you, Angelica, I have firm rules when it comes to what I write about, and your request violates the most sacred one. Yeah, Angelica, kind of a weird energy. I don't really have a dog in this fight, but if Dorothy really doesn't want to do it, there's no reason she should have to, right? Fair point, Reen. But I wouldn't want to see a writer of Dorothy's caliber squander her potential. This girl's the chops for this. Wait, Angelica, have you read my books? Of course, they're amazing. So I think it's criminal for you to limit your stories to just one type of attraction. Let's start with a long talk about how appealing women can be. How about that? Not even Dorothy's a match for Angelica. I mean, at least Dorothy's not 15. I'm not budging until you understand all the lights women who love women can offer. Oh, I understand the aesthetic value. I really must insist. Did we ever read Imperial Chronicles 7, by the way? Oh, we did. Okay, I better go ahead and read this now while it says new, or else I'll forget. But we have to take a sip of the sauce first. War to start at noon, September 1st. Governor General Rufus announced that Operation Jormungand is to start on September 1st, making it 5 days until Erebonia's forces attack the Calvin Republic. The Empire's successful military expansion. The Imperial Army press office told us that even if they couldn't reveal the finer details, they thought it important to let everyone see the proof that Erebonia is an extremely powerful nation, made so by all its citizens' tireless efforts. The Imperial Army was originally composed of 20 army divisions, but 5 more have been established following recent conscriptions. The new recruits are led by select experienced officers, and their divisions are to become reserve forces. RF has provided 12 Dragunov-class railway cannons, with 11 to be used by the main attack force. The Gargantua-class airships are expected to play a major part in military operations. While Calvert's forces are estimated to number around 840,000 soldiers, the Empire is sending 850,000 to the front, with a reserve force that brings the total up to 1,250,000. Besides our sheer numerical superiority, the Imperial Army is both better trained and equipped, making our advantage clear as day. Plus, you know, there's the whole potential summoning the World Serpent. Seems like kind of a hard thing to deal with. Beware of Calvert spies. Individuals believed to be Calvardian spies have been sighted in southeastern Lemaire. Espionage agents of the same affiliation also previously caused trouble in Heimdall. The public is advised to remain vigilant and report any suspicious activity to local authorities. Emperor Eugen's surgery scheduled. Emperor Eugen's condition is still critical following his shooting over a month ago. He is now scheduled to have surgery performed by top medical staff while under close guard. Workforce shortages continue. As the war looms near, towns and villages find themselves bereft of young men who have been drafted into the army. But some considerable citizens like Friedel and Loggins extend a helping hand to those who find it hard to cope with workforce shortages. These 2 former fencing club members have been honing their skills in graduation and undertake any work required by the local populace, from killing monsters to delivering parcels. Even farm work is fair game. Oh man, they should have some sort of organization in Erebonia that does that stuff. Some sort of like citizen-based organization. They could have like a cool logo where it's like a gauntlet that supports the people. We're just doing what we can, and if we can relieve some of the burden from the bracers, all the better. The bracers, never heard of them. The helpful young heroes told us. This selfless pair certainly sets an example that we could all stand to follow. Well, they wouldn't need to be doing it, at least unofficially, if you guys weren't like weird and outlawed the Bracer Guild because they potentially undermine the political authority. It's almost like your government doesn't care about the people. That does kind of remind me though. I never really talked about this. I mean, since the Mill Mirage videos are going up, like, and now that we kind of know a bit more about how to stop the Great Twilight and everything, it really does feel like we should call up Cassius and Aurelia and be like, yo, this is how we stop the Great Twilight. join Reen's party. Let him help him beat everyone up so he can slurp up their souls, become more powerful than God itself, and kill the World Serpent. Because that seems like a much more, like, not just reliable plan, but like it seems way more likely to happen than actually beating the Empire in a military conflict. Like, I get the necessity of like, or like the pressure to have some sort of plan to utilize the nation's militaries. Like, you don't want to just sit around and do nothing. So like, on that sense, I get why Mil Mirage exists, but like realistically, they have a 0% chance of like actually winning, like at all. Like, not even just getting into the, you know, they're outgunned, they're logistically outmatched, they're technologically outmatched. All the Empire soldiers are better trained. They have infinite perfect morale. The civilian populace is never going to waver. They have, you know, much higher production capacity, so they can keep turning out stuff. Technologically, you know, there's nothing on the Mil Mirage side that can deal with, like, the Dragunov cannons that are essentially like nuclear bombs. Plus, there's all the supernatural elements at play, like the potential use of the Divine Knights and the giant monster that they say they're going to summon, that the conventional military operation is going to do nothing to stop. So, like, realistically, they should, like, switch and be like, no, we're putting all our eggs in the Reen slurps up people's soul basket. Because, I mean, realistically, Aurelia would be doing more good just helping us absolutely dunk on Aryan Road than, you know, being a general in a conflict that isn't going to do anything. Reading the letter, Maya? Oh, it's Reen. Yeah, just arrived. It's my father. Your dad? He used to be a captain, but due to the incident in Hamel, he had the misfortune of being discharged. So it's easy to imagine that being reinstated would recover his self-confidence and pride. And now he sent a letter to Maya, and I can only imagine what it contains. Seems like you managed to figure things out like always, instructor. I mean, I was going to tell you everything anyway, since it's not like I have any intention of hiding things. Essentially, he's saying I should drop out of the branch campus and immediately head down to the surface. I thought as much. If I don't listen to what he says, it sounds like he's going to throw out all of my most treasured items, including some clothes that belong to Mom. Now, things did disappear when he visited me at the campus a while ago. I found that pretty strange. What the fuck? Well, we confirmed as much when we snuck in that one time. Could that have been the reason? I was quite perplexed at first. I thought that if Dad could return to the military, he might regain his pride and self-confidence. But he doesn't seem like a good guy, drink or no drink. Oh yeah. Sorry to bore you with all this, instructor. Don't worry, I have no intention whatsoever of leaving the ship. I'm sorry to hear about my clothes, but this might be the kind of thing that you're better off just ignoring. Fuck that. Is that really the right thing to do? Wonder if I should help. Maya, I can go with you if you feel like you want to confront your dad. Regardless of how he's going about it, I'm sure that your dad wrote this letter out of love. Nah, man, his brain is rotted. There's got to be some reason for discussion, right? A room for discussion? You may be right, Instructor Reen. Even if it ends up with him breaking off contact with me, as long as I have a chance to speak frank with him, that's worth it. In worst case scenario, we can just, ash and slash him. Maya contacted her father, Joseph. He asked her to come to Rock Patio, located off Languedoc Canyon Road. Oh no. Okay, I mean, in theory, that sounds like we should be controlling Maya, right? So it won't matter that we're not set up? Make it seem like the Jessica fight from the last game? So you came, Maya. I predicted you'd be bringing the Ashen Chevalier with you. Well, I couldn't help but notice how one-sided your proposition of Maya was. I'm just here to look out for her as her instructor. I shouldn't pose any issues, right? Maybe not, but I have no intention of staying to chat. I only came because I wanted to know how sincere you were. Naturally, it's down to the parent to correct their child's misapprehensions. That blunt hard-headedness of yours reminds me so much of your mother. What I want to do is give her spirit an appropriate send-off. I've decided that a contest between you and I will be the best way to see to that. A contest? What are you... My intentions are twofold. Firstly, I wanted to get you out there courageous too. Secondly, I intend to show you that your marksmanship is nothing but a childish imitation of true skill. Got a lot of nerves saying that to me. Huh. Go ahead and prove me wrong if you can. War criminal says what? You can defeat me, I'll return your belongings and allow you to remain at Thor's. But if I win, you'll return home with me here and now. Fine by me, but you're gonna regret this. That's my girl. Alright then, allow me to set the terms. We'll be using rubber bullets and both of us will work with a spotter. A team effort, huh? Guess that explains why you're here too. No one I couldn't hide from you, Schwarzer. What? I mean, like, I thought that, but, like, it doesn't make any damn sense. I mean, I get that he was part of his dad's division, but, like, bro, Lecter, don't you have fucking something to do? Aren't y'all ending the world in 5 days? I mean, I guess you could say the same thing for Reen, but at least Reen's, like, a nice dude. It makes sense for him to waste his time helping people out. I mean, waste is maybe not the right word to use there, but you know what I mean. You're Brigadier General Arendel's son, plus he's a Time Lord, so, you know, the concepts of time don't mean anything to him. You must respect our father's history a lot to suffer through his company like this. You know about that, Maya? You really done your research. Well, I'd say it's an explanation or two. Dad owed Major Joseph a lot. Helping him out with this is the least I can do. Bro, like, your dad fucking sucked ass. There's no need for you to feel indebted, but I appreciate you lending a hand all the same. So, there you have it, a 2-on-2 sniping showdown. If you're willing to participate, of course. Sure, I got enough experience to come in handy here. It's the least I can do to support one of my students, so it's not really going to be like a fight, it's probably going to be like a choice thing. Then it's settled. Use this entire field as you wish, anything goes. Once we both decide on our starting positions, we'll begin. The winning team will be whoever lands the most hits on their opponent. Have it your way. Each team retreated to opposite ends of the field and the match began. For a while they traded shots while maintaining a good distance, but then... Bro, I don't know. We're gonna get destroyed. Wait, just Reen, I think they're up ahead. Yeah, I can sense them behind that rock. I'll go on ahead. Wait for my signal. Isn't that cheating, Reen? Phase 1. Flushing out hidden foes. They're here, alright? Probably waiting for us to make the first move. If we go the wrong way, we'll leave ourselves wide open. What should I tell Maya to do? I have no clue. I mean, charging in, like, I mean, I know you said flush them out, but, like, that seems kind of dumb. I feel like both of these are kind of dumb. Because, like, I don't know, I see, like, an argument against both of them. One is that, like, we're already in the middle, so if we try and, like, fall back to retreat, aren't we, like, opening ourselves up? Because we're already, like, wide out in the open, and we don't even know where they actually are. Like, we don't have a visual lock on them. But charging in also seems really dumb because they're probably looking at us and we're just making it easier for us to get hit. I'll try and lure them out. You go to the higher ground and get ready to pick them off. Open fire as soon as they leave their cover. Yes, sir. They got themselves a good vantage point. This is nothing. Don't lose focus. Oh no. And then Lecter says, I'm gonna activate my RNG bullshit. You've been one shot. Haha, we win. It's like the mage is okay, but you gotta be really good. I mean, realistically, you would think as soon as they started, like, they entered into the clearing there, they would have just gotten shot. Our opponents have gotten past this point. Reen, here's what you do. You, you set your PlayStation 2, time clock forward 7 days, and then they'll just die of old age. When they do, cover me while I lead the charge. Understood, I'm standing by. Ambushing advancing foes. This is our chance to get a big advantage. We just have to get the timing right. I mean, surprise attack seems like clearly the best one, but that's got me worrying because it seems so obvious that it feels like it's wrong. Because, I mean, they just said they're advancing and they don't know that we're here. Now, I mean, I guess it's possible they do know that we're here. But, like, I don't really know what the difference between these two are. I mean, I guess you like, theoretically, like, a counterattack would be... But, like, isn't a counterattack kind of a surprise attack? Because it could be, like, you expose Reen to get shot, and then while they're shooting him, you get 2 taps on both of them? I don't know, surprise attack just feels like a trap. Wait for them to make their move and strike back. Here they come. Watch for an opening and shoot. Reen, why are you casting a spell? They started firing. I have to protect Dr. Reen. Because, I mean, I feel like this is realistically a surprise attack. So that's what you are. Bro, like, wouldn't that be the same thing if you had... Whatever. Maya, damn it, they made the wrong choice. That doesn't really make any damn sense. Like, the way that's positioned. Because, like, wouldn't it be harder for them to recognize that she's going to surprise them if you have Reen distracting them? Like, I just don't see how that's different than a surprise attack. Despite Reen's best efforts to counter Lecter at every turn, the rival team started to take the lead. Maya refused to give in. I'm impressed you made it this far, Maya. I have more points right now, but why get so hung up on the rules? What do you say? Last one standing wins. Only shots to the head or heart count. Have it your way. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Because, like, the way that's presented is it is a surprise attack. It's, like, not, you know, materialistically different. I don't know. This is so cute, huh, Schwarzer? Gotta hand it to you. That unclouded eye technique of yours is pretty sharp. Hey, Leaf School is nothing to sneeze at. Thanks. Your instincts are a cut above the rest, too. You have a real gift for knowing where everything is at a given time. It's honestly a challenge to keep up. Ah, you're making me blush. The match has certainly been a lot more exciting than I expected. But playtime's over. It's time to settle this. This is it. No more second chances. How can I best support Maya? I mean, I feel like offense. You're fucking Reen Schwarzer. I'll charge right in to provide Maya with the opportunity she needs. Granted, that didn't work last time because Maya took too damn long. Maya, I'll go on the offensive and try and confuse him a little. You do what you have to do. I'll support you right to the very end. You got it, instructor. The victor finally emerged, bringing the contest to a close. I won. That was some magnificent shooting. Sorry I couldn't do more for you in the end, Maya. But, like, did it... I mean, did we pick right? Did it not matter? Right, instructor. I couldn't have done this without your support. I think the spotters match is a draw this time around. Maybe I'll get a chance to settle the score again sometime. Yeah, maybe. Lecter, you've already gotten your ass beat twice, bro. It's not good. Stop trying to fight us. My little competition is over. Maya, you may do as you wish from here on out. Oh, well, there's something I want to know. Why did you suggest we ignore the points? You were in the lead. If you kept the original rules, you would have won. To tell you the truth, victory never mattered to me. My only real concern was whether I could take care of yourself. Or you could take care of yourself. I still have many doubts, but it's clear to see that you have the resolve to follow through on your convictions. Those who fight without resolve have no place in the battlefield, but I see now that you won't falter in your duties. Besides, you didn't really think I'd throw away your mother's old kimono, did you? Not even for a minute. Was that what you were trying to imply? I mean, it was kind of fucking creepy you stole that shit, but like, whatever. You're not exactly subtle, Major. You sure about this, Joseph? I mean, I don't know. I'll fucking bought it. The dude's a war criminal, kinda. You know this means your daughter's gonna be working against the Empire, right? I know better than to try and change the girl's mind when she's decided on something. Just promise you won't die out there, Maya. Of course, you too. Maya took back her things and returned to the Courageous 2 with Reen. What the hell? Man, good thing I didn't buy that shit. If I wasted 28 U materials on that? Okay, I mean, I do kind of want to see... I want to see how it's presented if you go for surprise attack. This is the wrong one. Because, I mean, I feel like that was a surprise attack. Because, like, in my head, the reason I didn't go surprise attack is that I felt like what was going to happen was that it was like you think you're hidden, but they actually know you're there. And so your surprise attack fails. So instead you do a counter attack to throw them off balance first. Because you don't, I mean, that kind of makes sense for them to pretend that they don't know where you are, but then they, you know, reveal their trap card that they do. Okay. We'll set things up and take them by surprise. As for the timing, now. Okay, this is the exact same thing. Damn it, they got it before us. Where is she? This is literally the exact same fucking thing. This is what I thought would happen. Not bad. That's so dumb. Now, I have no clue if this was actually right. I'm not actually going to get the extra AP, like we're gonna reload our other save anyway, but I just want to see, like, is this presented differently? I keep her cover and let her do her thing. This is your battle, Maya. I'll take a bullet to protect you. I will. I'll support you right to the very end. Got it, instructor. Okay, that one maybe doesn't matter then. Only got this far because I mean, spotters match the size of draw. Okay, but it's not like we have perfect AP anyway, so I don't really care. But that one's kind of bad because like both options do mean the exact same thing. The way the surprise attack went is the way I thought the counter attack would go. And the way the counter attack is presented is the same as the surprise attack. Fucking fight me, Eustace. Eustace, this is where you were. I thought I'd be able to hear that annoyingly cheerful voice one more time. I should have known better. Eustace, you know, Milliam said she'd been watching over us this whole time. I don't know for sure if she'll reply, but if she can hear you, I think she'd appreciate it if you try to talk to her. Perhaps. But knowing her, I can't imagine she wouldn't enjoy a conversation in which she couldn't retort to whatever I said. Okay, that's a fair point. A chat that she couldn't take part in would probably drive her up the wall. Anyway, we should probably get moving. What was that? Looks to me like Milliam doesn't want you to leave. You should stay with her a little longer. Typical. Alright, Milliam, you win. By the way, let's give Milliam a show she'll never forget. What's up? I just remember that I would occasionally play Vantage Masters with Milliam. You enjoyed it. That's a Vantage Masters icon, not a Palm Party icon. Wow, really? I would much rather play Palm Party than Vantage Masters, but indeed, I intend to take her down if we had a rematch, but I could use some practice. Wait, did you say you lost? You lost to Milliam? Yo, that's kind of cringe. Hit me up if you want to play. It makes things such a hassle sometimes. Alright, fine. Anything we want to change? And we could maybe drop a water boy? I kind of like you. I think I'm gonna drop a water boy for you. And then this. I mean, so you're losing one starting mana. The Resurrect is kind of... I don't know how good that is. I mean, it's kind of good. Honestly, sure, we'll give it a shot. Eustace, your card is trash. It's just worse than ours. Because I feel like all of our losses have been just like, well, most of them. I think we've lost, what, 3 times now? Sadly. But like our last loss was just that we got burst down in like 2 turns by the stupid fire, whatchamacallit? Fire chicken? Of Doom? Bro, that's so fucking rude. Doesn't even accomplish anything. You're just like wasting your own damn time. Because you're still getting your ass beat. I mean, you kind of just killed yourself, dude. I mean, you're not actually dead? Wait, are you? No, you're not. You're still alive. You made it to round 4. I suppose I have to respect. Like, you didn't do anything.
I lost.
No, don't cancel battle.
Now let's begin.
Oh my god, the Rock Lord. The Lord of Rocks. What? I think that was like, was that the half cost one? Alright, it's over for you next turn, maybe. Oh, it's that thing. Yeah, that thing's good. It, like, doesn't it like defend or something? Yeah, it defends and does 2 damage. You did get put in the back line, which is not what I would have done. Well, it will actually prevent you from dying. Okay, we'll kill you next turn. Probably. I think the Knight's like the worst card for the AI. Because they just will use the skill even though it's not accomplishing anything. Like they use it every turn. Probably should have actually played this on the Paladin. In hindsight. I mean, you're still dead next turn, but... Okay, maybe you're not dead next turn? I can play you and move, right? Yeah. Okay, we can... Yeah, you're still dead.
Lost.
That's what you get for not playing me in Palm Party. Valimar remains still and empty. Valimar, it was so great talking with you. It's been so long. I already vowed that I would win this rivalry myself. But please, look over me, both of you. I heard from Crow that we'll be heading to the Draco Shrine from here. You may only intend to do reconnaissance, but take care of yourselves. I mean it. Even among the Divine Knights, Zector is quite the peculiar one. Feels like the Jaeger King, then. I understand. I'll take full precautions. Thanks for the warning. Hey, Irene. I heard you got to talk to Val Milliam again. Nice work. And speaking as your engineering inspiration, I couldn't be prouder. It really wasn't a matter of engineering, but thanks all the same, man. You too, Gwen. Well, they're not really back. We couldn't have done what we've done without the efforts of everyone here. Oh, save your thanks. I haven't done anything to earn them. Can't think I'm still working my way out of a bit of apologies with that old friend battling on you and my daughter fueling the war. Can't help but feel responsible for me and the troubles you faced. Ah, that's nothing to be sorry for. That's right, Grampy Gwen. Plus, you've helped us come to grips with this new tech. Do wonder where Schmitty got to, though. So you two don't have any idea where he is? Nope, he was helping out with the Courageous too, but he never actually showed up in person. Meant something about having some business to take care of. Ask Schmidt for you. He's gonna do what he wants, whether you like it or not. No sense in worrying about it. For now, we'd better just concentrate on getting through these rivalry things in one piece. Probably a good call. To do that, I'm gonna need your help to bring out Valimar Milliam's power. Leave it to me. I'll be happy to handle land too, if you need advice on anything. And I mean anything. Gotta say though, man, I'm impressed with how you improved. The world weren't going to hell in a handbasket. I'd offered you a job around for it already. Might be fun to work at the same place as my dad and all, but Tina's mom already invited me to come work with her. Weirdly, she also told me never to trust anyone with red hair, and that getting rid of your bandana doesn't get rid of your sins. Yep, that sounds like Erica Russell. She's a bit cringe. She was involved in the Courageous too. Granted, it turns out Erica was like right in the end. You know, her ridiculous overprotection of her daughter came across as laughable at the time, because it was like, oh, it's just like a brother-sister thing, you know? Agate sees Tita as the replacement for his sister, and Tita sees Agate as the brother she never got to have because she was so like lonely being an only child whose parents were never there, and she only ever had her grandfather to accompany her, and then now it's like a fucking sex thing. Well, not yet, but it will be eventually, of course. Oh, when Tita went missing, she didn't take it well. Well, if you managed to survive one of her redhead rants, you must really be something, Mint. I mean, I guess. Thing is, there's so many different workshops outside the Empire, and I also want to go to the Aaron to learn about Divine Night Orbs. There's so much stuff I still want to try. I have to turn down your offer. Sorry, Grampy Gwen. You are forgiven. I can never say that to you, Mint. I have a feeling Mint's gonna go far in this world. I can't let her do all the work, though. I gotta do my best, too, for Valimar and Million. Mint's such a pleasant, cheerful girl. Best of all, she can throw Schmidt off her stride like no one else. You're right about that. Grampy Gwen gave me lots of advice when I was getting the Courageous 2 up and running. He always forgives me even when I mess up. He's a really good guy, that one. Wow, sounds like you two really work well together.
Alrighty, let's begin. Huh? Done already?
Did I ever put the... Yeah, I did put the HP in. Alright, so that's everyone in the Courageous aside from... Whoa, wait. Did I talk to you guys? I did not. Okay, that's almost everyone in the Courageous. Aside from bond events. Hey, Pablo. Nice seeing you in the workshop. Hi, Tita and I taking turns. Man and Gustav on the pants of maintenance duty. They never hold anything back either. But if foreman operations is what you need, then you just leave it to me. Genuine railroad technician prodigy. Genius even. Is that a roundabout way of saying you want to be in charge of orbit maintenance? I guess you're pretty passionate about all that kinds of engineering, huh?
Have a look-see. Be well. Have a look-see.
What do I want to buy? I know we need one... Oh, wait. We just used a Strike 3. Do I need 2 Strike 3s now? And there was something else we needed. That was like an easy upgrade. I don't remember. We could start buying action 3s. To work towards upgrading those into... Whatchamacallits?
Have a look. Be well. Welcome. See ya.
People tend to forget about it, but the railway will have my heart now and forever. It's like the Durflinger has my heart romantically, but the Courageous 2 is my best mate. That's an interesting way to put it. Pablo, I'm sorry. You can't date the train. Just like Reen can't date the cat, you can't date the train. Weapon maintenance, huh? That's right, we may have to join the battle during this operation. Since we still have time before it starts, seems like a good idea to make sure everything works like it should. As for me, I can commune with my sword and attempt to get some answers. Still haven't gotten over that wall, huh? Have you been able to pinpoint the problem? When I crossed swords with the main campus students, I couldn't help but be frustrated how inexperienced I am. I can still hold my own, but I felt like there was something that they all had that I was missing. First, I think I've given this way too much thought, Wayne. You're doing fine. Like, remember how you used to be terrible at swimming, but you practiced and pushed through and overcame that hurdle just fine? Bro, they're using their walls, hurdles. Come on. They're dancing around the word. Just think yourself. A little extra confidence can go a long way. Dark. He's right, Wayne. Well, I think communing with your weapon is a good idea. Reen, you would think talking to an inanimate object is a good idea. Sometimes observing the condition of the blade and all its little nicks and scratches can tell you something about yourself. It works for me. I see. I must apologize. I fear I've been going about this all wrong. I'll take a step back, relax, and figure this out if it kills me. Remember, the goal is to not die, okay? I tend to tense up with things like this. For the time being, I should go back to focusing on the basics. Wayne's sort of person who constantly seeks to improve. I don't think you need to worry, Instructor. You really get him, huh? So now it's also Moment of Truth. I never actually looked, how many places are open? You said everything, right? Oh my god. Oh, lordy, lordy. That's a lot of talking. And so, I mean, it's really just St. Arc, Parm, Aaron Village, Tita. Okay, yep. Okay, that's a lot. That's a lot of places. Wait, what? Oh, is this a Bond event? I wasn't actually paying attention. I appreciate the help. Let's meet at... Oh, Celine, that's the wrong ribbon. Celine, you're supposed to be wearing the other ribbon. Celine, what you doing in a place like this? I'm not sure what you're saying, but it sounds like you're speaking with someone. What's going on here? Maybe I should talk with her. Nope. Alright. So, we'll go ahead and call it here. We went actually a little over time, because I just remembered this is videos in 2 parts. Because after the crash, like 10 minutes in. But yeah, we'll call it here. Next time, we will begin exploring the wide, open world of Erebonia. I'm Extra Cheese 87. Stay tuned for the next part. And bye, guys.